Yesterday evening, I was trying to cover this when I first saw it coming up in my feed. Um, and I ended up getting a phone call from my boyfriend. And we usually, like, because we live kind of far away from each other, we do like a Zoom call every night and hang out together that way. Today, he's going to be coming out to visit me, but I showed him this video. And so Unicorn Pondu, if you ever do watch my stuff, my boyfriend thinks you're hilarious. Anyway, the thing that's really interesting about this is that the question I left for Chantel was, have you actually been diagnosed with sciatica, or did you self-diagnose? And she did not address it on her Q&A. But then later in the day, she apparently did a live stream doing this like really dramatic, oh, my sciatica. This is so good, you guys.
Everybody, how are we? My name is Unicorn Pondu. Welcome back to another video. And Chantal went live, of course. Again, it's called Bedbound Era, which, I mean, if I were in your position, Chantal, I definitely would not want to, I don't know, play around with fate like that. And I probably will be jumping around, sorry, but, you know, if I miss something,
Yeah, seriously, like, that's another thing that, like, a lot of us have been saying, you're gonna end up bedbound. She fucking does this live stream. Look at me, I'm bedbound. Okay, Chantal.
Now, my last few remaining brain cells is a little bit more important, and I skipped forward a bit to get some of the pleasantries out of the way, but I guess with that being said, let's see what Chantal has to say today, shall we? Again.
You mean like pads? No, going to the bathroom is hell. Well, I'm gonna listen to the doctor for, he says usually sciatica, like, it could be a flare, but sometimes it goes away. So I'm gonna try this for now, like, a few more days of just being bedbound and resting, because when I walk too much, hi Jackie. Oh yeah, I've had massages every few hours, and now the massages hurt me. I don't want the massage anymore. We have a massage gun too. That hurts even worse. Massage by hand was helping more, but
it also might be something else other than...
It's not called a massage gun. She's totally full, like, okay, so you're getting massages every couple hours? How are you doing that? Who's doing that? Who's doing, is Slaw coming over and massaging you every couple hours? I don't believe that. And it's called a percussion gun, you dumb bitch.
Sciatica, to be fair, so you might want to go get, like, a second opinion about that.
but the stretches I tried made it worse. It made it flare up even worse. It's so bad. My worry is that it's due to like I'll have to go back to the doctor if it doesn't clear up, because it could be like something like a bulge, like a back problem, like pinching the nerve, and then what if I need microsurgery and all this other BS? Like, oh my god.
Oh, I feel her on that, because I actually thought that I was having some sort of medical episode. Yeah, it turns out it was more than likely just a pinched nerve, and like my arm went numb, and it was a whole entire thing and a half. Like, I would say about like September or something, but like I feel...
Dude, I had repetitive stress to my left arm that made it entirely go numb. I was on a medical leave for 3 years, longer than that, 4 years, in the early aughts, because I had a job in which I did a lot of squeezing with a mouse. It was a very happy logistics program that we were using, and there weren't any keyboard shortcuts. So I had to go through a lot of rehabilitation on my left arm. But the sciatica started when I got my first desk job, because you have to sit for long periods of time, and my right leg is slightly shorter than my left leg, and my right hip kind of like twists and sticks out a little bit on the back. It's just a little, like, I'm a little twisted. I'm a little twisted, guys. So I was getting those shooting pains down my right leg, And I was going to a chiropractor for 20 years and the gym to resolve that, and she's full of shit. You gotta stretch, you gotta stretch it out, you gotta get chiropractic for it. Massage didn't really work for me. It felt like I was getting beat up. But what is she talking about? I've been getting massaged every 2 hours. Who the fuck is massaging you? How's that happening? I've been getting massaged every 2 hours. Who? Who is massaging you, Chantel?
Or because it's like, am I having some issues? Like, what's going on? Like when, I don't know, like a week and a half later, it cleared up and turned out to be fine. But I will say it is kind of scary.
Yeah, that's right. The walking may have aggravated it. That's what they said. So I don't stretch before my walks. No, I don't know. I thought I should be able to walk, but I guess.
Why? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do just some light stretching? So, I mean, you're not even doing that. You're not doing the kind of walking that is really ambitious or, but you are doing stupid ass things like going to playgrounds and trying to jump up on the equipment. You consider that? I think she's probably got some back problems, but I don't think she's describing sciatica the way it actually feels.
Hi Anastasia. I have really bad sciatica. So, yeah, I have a pillow between my knees now. You have bulging discs in your back. Do you have to live with that pain every day? It's not an excuse. Well, it is an excuse, but it's a valid one. Yeah, I hear, yes, they might have to do steroid injections. Yeah, oh my gosh. So,
Wow, it's like being morbidly.
How did you have time to do that big live stream in the morning, the Q&A, and then go to the doctor and then get massage therapy every couple hours throughout the day, and then do another video? Do you see how your timeline is impossible, Chantel?
Bees or something has consequences. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, my muscles are spasming. It's bad. Nerve block? You can't get CBD here now. Won't be able to get surgery? I'll have to.
And the only reason why is like she's laying like that, hold on, is this right here. This is the only reason, is the reason why she's laying on this side. I promise you.
Yeah.
The beginning of the end. Here we go with the dramatics.
Yeah, she has one side of her face is swollen. Now, not everybody is symmetrical. I'm not symmetrical, right? But she probably should look into testing to see if she has had a stroke, because there is something very off about her face, and no amount of filters is going to mask that.
Steroids and no estrogen.
I mean, Chantal, in your case, it's not really the dramatics. It's, could be reality. So keep laughing and giggling all you want to. Sure, go for it. But also know that, like, it's rooted in a lot of truth, more than you would ever, accept or
Well, and of course, she looks like she's in a lot of pain. Like, look at the big ass smile on her face. She's just like, look, I can prove to you that I can live stream if I'm bedridden, because that came up in the Q&A, right? Look at this. I can prove to you. Look at, I can do this if I'm bedridden.
realize.
No. Actually, speaking of estro, I've been looking into also, I'm going to have to just like integrate myself into more healthcare. Like I need to look into female health clinics here. I want to like start taking care of that, getting checkups and stuff. Because whenever you're postmenopausal at a younger age, you have to like get bone density checks and stuff like that.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to knock her for doing it. Now the only...
I don't know how she's postmenopausal. And yeah, she's had a hysterectomy, sure. But she probably still has like hormonal cycles. My old boss had a hysterectomy. She still went through hormonal cycles every month, and went through the whole bitchiness of it, of becoming like crazed out. And I'm on Depo-Provera, so I'm not going through your common menstrual cycles right now, right? but I still feel the cycle. And how does it affect me? I'll have like one day where I feel low. I feel low that day, right? And the rest of the time, I feel like my joints are swelling up. I have a lot of inflammation. So it's not like it just goes away. And she's a bit young to be saying that she's post-menopausal. Um, I think the word she's looking for is perimenopausal.
Thing is, will she actually follow through and go and actually follow the doctor's advice? That's what matters. I mean, you can tell us that you went yada yada yada, you don't go, you go, whatever the case might be. The only thing that really matters is if you go and you keep with it. That's what really matters.
It feels like everything, like you always hear stories when you're younger. You better take care of yourself now because whenever you're 40, and what do you know? What do you know? All of it comes crashing down. Jesus,
I mean, to be fair, I'm assuming those people weren't also morbidly obese. But, like, yeah, I'm not even 40 yet. I'm not even 30 yet. Well, I mean, almost, but, like, we're not going to talk about that right now. But just so you know, you think that you're invincible until, like, one day you're like, oh, God, that didn't hurt before. I get it.
I'm almost 50, okay? Like, I'm not even 30 yet. Come on, Unicorn Bandu. I'm almost 50. And the only reason that I'm not active anymore that way is because I sustained a very severe injury in the field. But the job that I had was walking 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. At age 48. So if I could do it, she could certainly like drop the weight and be in better health.
I get it.
It can affect anybody, yeah, Jessica, exactly. Even if you're young. You can injure yourself and get it. People who do sports actually get it a lot because they injure themselves. Your spine is twisted.
Girlie, I don't see you be doing splits and doing sports anytime soon. Wait, hold on. That's a lie. She did kick a ball for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, which I mean, hey, she did that, but other than
Sciatica generally affects people who have desk jobs. It's something that happens to people who are sedentary. I don't know where she's coming up with all this bullshit. There's certainly no way that she was getting massaged every 2 hours throughout the day. I don't think she went to the doctor yesterday. And I think this is an entirely bullshit video. Again. You know? What's rule number 1? Chantel always lies.
that, I'm not seeing her doing any other sports, which is sad because I actually really did like that video.
No, I'm not on. I was supposed to be. Whenever I had my hysterectomy, I went to see. So whenever was during my hysterectomy, I was being seen by oncology, gynecology. Then after that, they referred me to, and Ottawa has a really, really good women's clinic, and I was being seen there. And of course, I neglected my health, got depressed, didn't want to go to the appointments. I have appointment anxiety. I would drive to the appointments, drive around the parking lot, freak out, and go home. And yeah. So,
or was it just the fact that, like, you didn't want to wait for the appointment, and so you would go home and make 20,000 excuses? Because I think I remember something about that, to where she was going to go for some sort of blood work or something, and, like, she had to wait, and so she just didn't go because she had to wait. Like, oh my God, God forbid anybody have to, like, be in front of me. It's supposed to be all about me, guys. What about me?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, we have to adult sometimes, Chantal. Sometimes you're going to have to sit in a waiting room and actually wait for your turn to come up. That's amazing that you don't want to, even in a situation like that where you had like a pretty substantial surgery, you don't want to do your follow-up appointments. That's so nuts. I can't.
It's supposed to be about me. It's my appointment. So, I don't know.
Stupid, because I should have had a bone density test, and I was on the patch, Estro patch. I think like Amber Lynn was. Isn't she on the Estro patch or something? And I just stopped taking it, so I have to get back on something. So sciatica is, you have a sciatic nerve, it's a long...
They don't generally do the bone density tests at that age. They look at your blood work, Chantal. to see if you have enough calcium and vitamin D in your blood work. It's like you just make everything up. It's really weird.
Nerve in the body, and it goes from the bottom of your spine, lower back, like near your buttocks, and then, yeah, I have to keep walking for sure. It goes all the way down to your feet. So something is irritating that nerve, pinching on the nerve or something.
Oh, I can't imagine what that might be. Does anybody have any guesses as to what could be causing that nerve to be, agitated? Nobody?
Well, she's been talking about having sciatica now for at least a week, right? That suddenly developed, like, I don't know, days after she came back from Canada. And she says it had something to do with that flight. But now she's making up new excuses for why it's flaring up. But in the entire time that she was talking about having sciatica, this is the first live stream in which she's describing it the way I've described on my live streams, about what it actually feels like. So she definitely is looking at other channels to try and line her story up and figure it out, because she doesn't know how to construct her lies properly, and so she needs other people's information to help her.
Okay, the person that said morbid obesity, get out of here. That's common sense. No, it has to be something else.
It's gotta.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a mystery. Nobody can figure out what it is.
Yeah, I wish our swimming pool was full. It should be open in like a month or two. And I'll try to take advantage of it. And it's so painful, like nerve pain. I always used to hear my grandmother, my sciatica, my son, she was on Lyrica. And I just thought, it can't be that bad, It's bad. I was crying like a baby. I see you, Dodo. I was crying like a baby.
You look like
And also, she had the audacity to be like, well, I don't understand what people mean by, like, my face is bigger on one side. I don't get it. I don't see it. Maybe you're looking at my face too much.
I can't understand how you can lie there with a giant ass smile on your face and tell me that you're in that much pain. You're not experiencing sciatica.
Wow, I don't see it either. This side just magically looks super big or something. I don't know. Isn't that just weird?
They pop back in place on their own. I used to know a guy in class. Everyone used to make him do everything when he was double jointed. They used to make him do weird things, and then they'd go, ew, ow, my sciatica. Hi, Battery. Hi, Cassidy.
Okay, and this is the magic of, after she's live and, I can edit things down. You're welcome.
Thank you.
No, I don't need my mom. So that's a good caretaker right now. I mean, I'm not like incompetent. I can still do some things, but we're managing. So that's gonna be fun, anyways. But this is not fun at all.
Oh no, the consequences of your own actions. Gosh darn it, whoever would have saw this coming. I don't know how many more jokes I can make about this whole entire situation type deal, but yeah, like wow, who would have ever guessed?
Yeah, of course, I'll go back to walking. I don't like being like literally not able to do anything. It frustrates me. It makes me cry. I hate it. Especially for more than like a day or two. Okay, fine, whatever, But having to like laze around when you, like, not by choice, it sucks.
This is what I meant by, like, you could get injured. You could pull something.
You were quite literally doing a live stream earlier that morning. Sitting upright. I have to laze around. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're just trying to prove a point, because it came up on your Q&A. What are you gonna do if you get bedridden? So you're like, this is what it's gonna look like, right?
Whatever, and you don't get back up. I wasn't joking about this. I mean, look what's happening right now. And then she had the audacity to, like, I don't know, like, come at people for saying that. Girl, there's a reason. If I'm being quite honest, I'm surprised that, Amber's ankle didn't do her in. Because, I mean, look at her size. We're not just pulling things out of thin air just to say them. It's rooted in fact.
The app, for the steps? I don't remember. I just Googled some free pedometer.
Okay, so it's not like the Samsung Health or anything or something. Like, it's just like a random app that she found, or even like an 80s style pedometer that you literally just like attach to your waistband or something, and it tracks your steps that way. I'm not saying that the app is inaccurate, but like at the same time though, like why not do it the old-fashioned way?
Will February be the month of horizontal mukbangs? Yeah, probably. I know, I have to work on my diet. I had a friend who used to do dishes. She's like, I do my dishes very hot. And I'm like, how hot? It was like boiling. Like, how do you do that? Her hands were like all red, like a lobster. I'm like, do you not have nerve receptors? Don't be nice to people. I'm only doing it to earn good deeds. Trust me. Go to the ER and tell them it's a 10 so they can give you a nerve block. I'm on the verge, yeah.
Wouldn't that also be lying if that's the case? Like if you already got a diagnosis, like maybe either get a second diagnosis or wait this one out to make sure that that's what it is. But like, don't go to the ER. Well, I mean, it's Chantal, so I don't know what I'm even saying or trying to give any sort of advice on that front. So I'm just gonna press play.
So have you had an official diagnosis yet? Well, yeah, they're pretty sure.
Yeah, you have no business tying up medical resources like that. Plus, they're not going to do anything for sciatica. What are you thinking? They don't. You're gonna, if you honestly believe that you have some sort of pinched nerve, you're gonna need to go to a chiropractor. Oh, I forgot to get cigarettes. Okay.
That's what it is. You don't say we're going crazy and crying because someone said one mean thing to them, but they do it to you every day. Yeah, I see that.
And also, is there a reason why she's playing with her phone case of all things? I skipped forward and she magically had it, so I have no like concept as to why she's playing with a phone case. But I mean, I guess that's her prerogative.
I like kind of sometimes watch it if I have nothing else to do, which I don't now. Like if I'm doing dishes or.
I think it probably has something to do with her talking about the app that she was using, which, by the way, when I was watching Shakara, she said that she uses the same app. So I guess the app is, it can be verified.
Cat crap or something like that. I'll put on a stream that's drama that doesn't involve me, and I'm just like, why am I listening to this? You ever notice when you listen to these people, it just makes you like, what the hell are these people doing? Like, it just amazes me because those people are so mean. Like they literally have a list of people that are on it that they're like banning from their life, and they friggin' rage, and they come after me.
What list? What list of people that we're banning? Are you talking about your sock accounts that you send to our channels to write nasty comments at us? I don't know what you're talking about, Chantel. And the reality is that your content by itself sucks. All you're doing is walking around malls and parks and overeating on camera and raging. So how is that any good if you don't have the React channels adding some humor to it?
For raging. They come after me for being vile, but they're like so disgusting. And it's like, I don't get it. I don't know. I get in a bad mood listening to these people. My phone case is cute. Thank you. I have stains from pumpkin seeds on it. Is that why you were so smug in your Q&A? I'm smug because this question, some of them are stupid. I don't know how.
Then you can skip over them. Like, that's why I said at the beginning, like, cherry pick them, because otherwise you're going to get really, really mad from it. And guess who was right? Me.
To answer nicely.
No, you definitely were not nice. I forgot to mention this, but, like, I don't know. If there was a question that she didn't like, she would be like, well, maybe it's you. Maybe you should be doing this. Well, maybe you're projecting. Like, just ignore the question then. If it upsets you that badly to where you have to insult people and gaslight people about their own feelings about you, you might want to just, I don't know, either get off the internet or don't, answer it.
Everyone has an asymmetrical face. Obviously, because, like, the way my hijab...
Well, yeah, of course our faces aren't symmetrical, but, like, there's been a noticeable difference. Like, even before you even left to Kuwait, like, people started noticing that, like, one side of your face was definitely a lot bigger than the other. It's not that big of a deal. It's kind of worrisome, if anything else, but...
on to sometimes it, like, first use cold in the area, heat used first with sciatica will worsen it. Good to know, Italian. Thanks for the tips. See, it's good to know you guys.
Of course, don't do any sort of research or don't do any sort of testing. Nope, just, believe one random person in your chat just at face value. I can't imagine how she, magically is in this situation that she's in right now. Just believes everybody, anyone, anything. Doctor's advice? No. No. Went to years of medical school. You don't know what you're talking about. Again, I can only imagine why.
Who's Megan and Nikki?
Girl. Nick.
Yeah, and she literally did that to the RN who has that other channel and dropped in on her comments and was talking about, like, her health and stuff. And she instead listened to her uneducated following, who's like, I don't believe she's a real RN. She could have bought those scrubs at a costume store. You know, crazy is as crazy does.
Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion, which I don't know too much about their beef. I've seen it briefly on Twitter, but like I don't know what's going on. I'm really bad with celebrities and things. Like I see like vague stuff about like what's going on, but like as far as like what's going on, who said what, who's firing off at who, I have no idea. But you know, for me personally, it's just nothing that I want to keep track of, because especially with like movies and stuff, like in TV shows, like what's the point of getting into everything? Everything gets canceled.
Yeah, exactly. FF Gun. Like these people come after people every day for years. The same thing. Like they came after the original Owl lady for like going after mentally unstable people. That's what they do. Their whole friggin' for years and years and years. They're mentally unstable as well. I couldn't imagine just like sitting there waiting all day to wait to see if somebody what they're gonna wait to see what someone's doing in their life so that they can.
I'm sorry. Who's the one lying down on the couch right now complaining about a self-diagnosed condition that you have no idea if you have? Okay, you could, but you could tell us all what we do when you're not seeing us online is obviously got to be really lazy, right? Okay.
On it, you know.
I mean, I can only speak for myself personally. For me, myself, and I, it's more of like, did she upload yet? Okay, cool, she didn't. Okay, let me go do whatever I'm doing. And then when she does, it's like, oh, she uploaded. Okay, well, let me go ahead and do that and record and skip over and edit it down and send it off. Again, it's more of like a whatever, like, oh, okay, sure. Even there's a lot of times where, like, either she's double post or something, like, or in this situation where it's more like, oh my gosh, she went live, really? Can't not have, like, one day where she doesn't go live here recently. That's been my kind of thinking, but, like, usually it's more like a meh. Whatever. Okay, fine. Sure. Why not?
How will you avoid gaining weight? Honestly, like
she hasn't.
She's going to be answering this one. Okay.
fun, like being in so much pain. You don't have as much of an appetite. Messy girl, he's in the other room. He lives here with me. People actually think I would live by myself here.
You literally just said you gained 13 pounds. What do you mean? Well, I'm just in so much pain that I can't eat. Okay. You say so.
What the hell? Why would I? I mean...
Again, I wouldn't be super surprised if I'm being quite honest with you. I mean, we don't know what happens behind the scenes. Who's to say that he doesn't? It's you, Chantal. You've been known to lie. Why would anyone, believe you at face value anymore?
And you find people debating whether you use filters. Okay, like, right now there's no filters. There's never any filters on my body, so, like, people are like, if you love your body, why do you filter it? What? What are you talking about?
I mean, no, that's not true, because there's definitely been, instances of, like, Pizza's live stream versus your live stream, and the amount of filters that has been, it's not like, oh, there might have been something used here, maybe. No, there's definitely something used. And also 100%, I've seen it behind the scenes in, like, YouTube videos about, like, the beauty industry and, like, celebrity news, whatever the case might be. There is 100% body filters. Especially with today's technology, there is 100% body filters. And they're being used on people that don't even need them, which is even the more kind of funny thing. But, beauty standards. You can never win and you always lose, because the majority of the people don't have thousands of dollars just to get plastic surgery. Which, with that being said, if you want to, hey, go for it. If you don't, okay, great. But if you do, just make sure to do it for yourself and not for the, approval of anybody else but yourself, okay? Thanks.
I look very huge in my videos. If I wanted to use a filter, I would be sure that it would take off more weight than that if I cared about that.
Or, to be fair, that could just be like the maximum that it can. It's like, oh, well, I guess that's it. It did its best.
Do you have big bugs and spiders? No, I've never seen a spider here, ever. I don't think.
Well, that place, just from that description, sounds like heaven.
Charles, were you not a geezer? I don't know. We have an olive grove and a vineyard in Italy, so my poor husband has had sciatica for years.
Which, isn't that funny? The number one person that simps for Chantal the most, she doesn't know if he's a geezer or not. I don't know. And also the fact that, like, she didn't go like, oh, who's that? I've never seen that name before. Makes me believe that, like, that probably is Chantal, because, Isn't it kind of weird the number one person that simps for her the most is never in her live streams ever? At any given point? Isn't that
Yeah, it's I think pretty well known that Chantel's been creating socks, um, which I think she could ultimately get in trouble for if she's trying to boost her numbers, especially because her channel is monetized. I am not monetized. I'm getting close though. I'm at like 992 followers at this point, subscribers. Um, so I only need like 8 more to actually turn that on. Um, but to use another channel to boost your numbers is, I believe, against the terms of service.
weird? I've always found that weird. And the fact that she kind of, I don't know, even mentioned him and didn't ask who that was. Weird.
Start reacting to the reaction channels will be forced to talk about her. I heard that she was like gonna sue me. Like, how many underage people is your man gonna have to pimp to get you a lawyer? Seriously, like, how are you gonna sue me? I'm in Kuwait. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, you think
Sue me for
that's
defamation. That's all you do is defame me every day and talk about me. Why do people talk about me eating spaghetti? Like, who cares? I don't know. Like, honestly,
It's more like,
It was so gross, Chantel. You have no business cooking. You have no business trying to tell people how to prepare food and eat it because you don't even chew, and you most certainly did not prepare that spaghetti properly.
I can only speak for myself again, but it's like that's what the topic is. You're eating spaghetti. Okay, great. That was a choice. Maybe not my choice, but it was a choice. You're eating it regardless, whether if I want you to or not. You're eating it. So, okay, she's eating spaghetti. And okay.
I should just be thankful, I guess. I mean, I guess I'm being kept relevant. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Girly, without us, your channel would have been dead a long time ago.
No support structure. I have support. I have family. Like, literally, like, they're not physically here, but I have Salah. He's like a huge support. Like, more than people even realize.
But yet you still gain 13 pounds.
Right.
Okay then.
Did some research on reaction channels.
Also, if he was living there, even if he doesn't want to be on screen, generally when you live in close proximity to other people, you can at least hear them kind of walking around in the background or something. And it's always dead silent. There is never anything going on at her apartment. Like for instance with Peter Mon, you never really see Alex, his husband, but you can hear him milling about. And you can hear Peter yelling things to him and him yelling things back to him. They interact at least to that degree, even if he's not on screen. And so the fact that it is dead fucking silent every single time she does one of these, I don't know how she can possibly say somebody else is in that apartment.
They're all unhealthy and unattractive. I'm being kind. Very nasty and unstable lives, and they literally fixate on you. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Hi, Vanessa.
Well, Girlie, of course you wouldn't get it. It's about you. If it was about anybody else, you probably would love it. But since it's about you, oh my god. Like, I don't understand why these people talk about me. I also don't know why. It's more, like, the irony's not lost on me. I know this is weird. I know what I do is weird, and what I talk about was weird, and the subjects are weird, and this whole entire thing is weird. Even for me, I'm up here. I'm a unicorn in a box. There you go. There's the proof that I'm a unicorn. Talking about some morbidly obese woman that's living in Kuwait, that's from Canada, that was chasing around a crackhead. And here I am. And people want to listen to me talk about it for some reason. Why? I have no idea. I'm me. It's like, I don't know why, but I'm very thankful that you guys are here regardless. And thank you a lot. Your support has been so much to me. It means a lot.
So this is...
Oh, that's nice. I feel the same way. Like, I've gone through a lot of different cycles of the type of stuff that I've been watching, covering, so on and so forth. Like, for earlier in the year, it was a lot of Mr. B. Allen stuff, like the ghost stories, the murder stories. Murder! Right? There was a lot of true crime that I was looking at. Then there was the whole Colleen Ballinger thing that came up. Then the whole Ruby Frankie thing came up. So, I mean, there have been various stories that I've followed throughout the year, and it's basically just an off year for me because normally what I would be doing, what I had been doing for the last like 5 years, was organizing field teams to get candidates elected into, like city council or supervisor or board of education. I was working on a lot of local elections. The one that I was working on when the dog bit me was Hugo Soto Martinez for city council in Los Angeles, and he won, by the way. We did a lot of hard work on that. We flyered the entire district while simultaneously getting signatures to get a measure on the ballot, a couple measures on the ballot. We made history by collecting over 110,000 signatures, which was the most in any municipal collection. And we're able to get city council to make the changes necessary, so it didn't even need to go to the ballot. They made the changes necessary to make sure that the maid staff had their panic buttons, that they had, limited work restrictions so that they were not being overworked and forced into overtime situations, and also raised their minimum wage. So we did a fantastic job getting that, and we've done that in several cities. But that's what I was doing. I don't know how this lazy bitch can lie on this couch and say, yeah, the rest of you are all, you do nothing. All you do is like watch YouTube all day. Obviously I don't, because I still go to meetings. Just because I don't talk about it anymore doesn't mean I'm not doing it. I still go to the political meetings. I just don't have a role anymore because I can't be in the field. I can't be the team leader. I can't even be the door knocker anymore. Right? But I still show up to certain functions, and I go to the meetings. So what the hell are you talking about, and why are you making assumptions about React channels that way? You don't know what we're doing in our spare time.
My life for now for a few days. I'm kind of panicking because I don't want it to just stay for a long time. And layers of filters everywhere. Anyway, even if who cares? People use filters. What's the flex? Yeah, and they do come after people's looks a lot. I noticed that. It's so stupid. And I don't know.
Can we clarify?
I only have one channel that comes after my looks, and he's fucking crazy. Just being real. There's only one guy that's been coming after my looks, and it's because he's crazy, and he has a history of actually being arrested for stalking somebody else 10 years ago. So I'm not too concerned about his opinion. You know what I'm saying?
About who? Because unless if it's super noticeable or super oh my god, or super oh my god, that portion's massive, oh my god, she looks really rough here, oh no, her breathing's really badly, I don't comment on that because wow, Chantal's fat, wow, Chantal has trouble breathing. It's okay, it's Chantal, yeah, we know. That's why I like to watch what I can, see what she has to say, see what she's doing, and then leave. Because I don't got time for that personally.
If somebody comes for my looks, yeah, I've been juvenile and done it back. But I don't know, it's just stupid. You need to see a doctor ASAP. I'm gonna go back in a few days if it doesn't go away with the medication I have now. This is where people think you're gonna be bedbound. Yeah, it's called being injured. The doctors will say it's convenient you got sciatica when you were forced to exercise. I don't care. Of course they will. If you make a TikTok video, they're automatically a filter on you. Yeah, true.
But isn't that kind of weird though, that every single time that you go on this health journey, walking situation type deal, oh my gosh guys, look at me go, I'm walking. Oh my god guys, I pulled a muscle in my back. I can't do it anymore. I'm taking a break. And then she never goes back. Oh my god, guys. My sciatica is really bad. I don't know if I can keep doing this or not. This is like, what, the third time in like a year that she's done this? And magically, out of the 3 times, every single time, there has been some sort of medical injury or like medical side effect that she magically can't do it for a few days, and she's totally getting back to it soon, guys. Don't you worry, but it's not going to be anytime soon.
Coming for people's physical appearance almost always comes from insecurity. Yeah, or just like not being intelligent enough to actually come up with like decent talking points.
Oh, says.
What about concern? How about concern for your health? I mean, look at you, girlfriend. You weigh like 500 fucking pounds. How about concern for your health? Concern that you're going to start losing limbs, that you're not taking care of yourself, that you're overeating on live stream, that you're grossing us out with these huge overeating sessions with poorly prepared food. I mean, that pot pie, oh my god. I don't know how you ate that whole thing, but you did. You ate the whole thing.
The woman that any single time anyone says anything, for example, Alex, what does Chantal have to say about Alex? Nothing about what he's saying, the points that he's making, yada yada yada. No. What does she come for with Alex? His voice. Really classy, Chantal. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty bigoted, Chantal. I like Alex. But you just want to come after him because his voice sounds a certain way? Okay. You're so goddamn immature. And here you are, oh, well, if you come after my looks, I'm just a 500-pound woman, but I'll come after your looks. It's not the same thing. You do realize that, right? It's not the same thing.
Well, it's like you're a big hypocrite or something. Emphasis on the HIPAA.
For me, when I do it in retaliation, it's out of like to point out hypocrisy. Like, I have somebody literally making a career out of like calling my hands, whatever they call them, and they have worse hands. Like what are you even talking about? Like, their content is just garbage. For my mental health. I know, normal people would be like that, Desert Rose. Every photo of a celebrity in an entertainment magazine is filtered and cleaned up digitally. To the max. You want to talk about filters? Exactly. Look at, like, the Jenners, Kardashians, whatever.
Hey, so in that case, like, why would you be using filters be any different? You're a public figure on YouTube. Hello? I love how she agrees with it, but, like, doesn't get the irony of it. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, they can do it just fine. Yeah, but you know what people come for with the Kardashians? The fact that they use so many filters in editing.
Every celebrity. You see them without makeup and you're like, is that the same person?
And also the fact that she thinks that she's a celebrity, probably. It's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, that's sciatica. I noticed the pain starting in Canada, actually, like when I was going home, about to go home. And I thought it was
just funny because
Yeah, she didn't say anything about it when she was in Canada. She didn't even say anything about it for a few days after she got off the flight. She's constantly rewriting history. Why? It's like a little kid who's just making up lies all the time to try and fool their parents.
You sit down for like 17 hours, 13 hours, double-digit hours where you did not get up to use the bathroom or stretch or anything. Yeah, wow, I can't imagine, why she would be having some sort of side effects now. It's just a mystery.
It's my lower back. And then on the plane, I had really bad lower back pain. Maybe it's like started then. They will hate and tell you to go outside, but then they make fun of you and your looks when you make an effort to walk outside. There's no winning. Yeah, and they don't do anything with their life. Like, look at what's her face. FF Losers, most recent stream, I think, most recent vlog from a month ago. Her driving back to Montreal. She got like 2K views. No one cares. No one gives a crap what you do other than being a hateful bee. Like, that couldn't be me. I don't care how much views she...
Why are you watching it? If you don't care, let her do her thing. I do occasionally have just like streams talking about what's going on with me and my family and my health situation and stuff like that. She was bored. She did a fucking video. Who cares, Chantel? Why are you so goddamn obsessed with FFG?
Yeah, it's not enough for me. Like,
Oh, that pinky in that hand's really going. Chantal, why are you mad about this? Like, the more that you address this, like, the more people are going to be eating it up, and the more that you're going to be mad, and the more that people, like, react to what you're saying about it. It's just, like, a never-ending cycle.
like, nope, I could never. Honestly, that was, I think, around the time she stalked the dispensary, too. Like, how miserable is your life? That's what you do on a day off or whatever you're doing. You could be doing with your husband or your fake husband. You have to stalk a dispensary for content. So
Be very careful about insulting other people's relationships, Chantel, because you put all your bullshit online. We all know about him. We all know what kind of fucking fetish he's into. You need to stop trying to criticize other people's relationships and the fact that they have children or raise children or can actually have children. You got to stop this, because this is exactly what that Muslim woman was trying to tell you, the sister, right? Was that you're focusing more on hating people than on actually producing positive content. That's your problem.
yeah, coming from reactors that have avatars that are 100% digital, exactly.
I will say that, like, my avatar is adorable. And you know what? I had him digitally commissioned, and I really like him. I will say he is gorgeous. He is me. He's sassy. He's actually not, like, the first choice, actually, that I actually commissioned him for. But whenever I got, like, some of the sketches back, this was one of, like, the more stylized version of him. I'm like, oh, I really like that, too. Which, by the way, if you wanted to know some behind the scenes of, you know, my logo, here's some of the sketches. This is what I imagined, but then I saw
It's very My Little Pony looking.
this. I'm like, hold on. No, but that's actually really cute. And so I bought both. So I own this one and this one, but ended up using this one because he's just so stinking cute. But then, of course, I went in by myself because, you know, it's me. And I added, like, the little, like, sassy face because I felt like it fit me a little bit better.
Okay, stalking the dispensary is actually insane. Surprised she hasn't become a law cow herself. They're all more pathetic. Like, they all have messed up skeletons in their closets.
Wow, Chantal, come on now. I've been volunteering in politics now since 2017. You think I haven't been stalked? I've had to go to court over it. Okay? I've been stalked by dozens of people. With the most recent occurrence being about a year ago at a holiday volunteer party in which I was accosted in the kitchen, and I ended up just leaving because, like, I just removed myself from the situation. But, like, you're not actually being stalked, you know that, right? Like, FFG actually does business in Cornwall and happens to know all of the places that you frequent. So if she's milling about and asking questions, that's not unusual for somebody who's actually covering what would be a story, right?
Like, I don't know if they finished the investigation. I just forgot about it. They sent me an email saying they were looking into. I made like one complaint about it, but they said they were investigating it. I don't know. They probably won't do shit. What's going on this evening? Oh, I don't know how long I'm gonna.
No, you're right. They probably won't because it's a consumer product. That wasn't a medical purchase. That's a consumer product.
Guys, because my bed is softer than the couch.
Okay, with that being said, I'm going to be jumping around even more than what I was originally, so, I will be jumping around. If there's nothing else, I guess I'll see you guys in just a bit.
She'll have to live with her life choices. Hopefully that's punishment enough. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how these people sleep at night. Just stream from the bed. I know, that's kind of like our private room, though. I don't want to, like, bring YouTube into it. But I might have to at some point, I don't know. And they think it's a one-up, like, it only speaks of your character. Like, people think that they can escape karma. Sam and her piggy have her copyright striking.
Fairly certain it's your private room. Tell us where the blue furniture really is. Is he still sleeping in the other apartment, Chantal?
people for using their content. Oh, that's so hilarious. That Turbo, that is pathetic. So I should strike them then for using my content for years? They're such hypocrites.
You know you can't. It's fair use to comment on your videos. What are you doing? Why are you trying to cause chaos all the time? Why don't you just produce better content so that we have more positive things to say about what you're doing?
The hypocrisy. Yeah, it's true. They're always streaming and screaming. Streaming and screaming. That's what all of these idiots do. And they, like, where do you have time to enjoy your life with each other and with your children? I mean, aren't children young children?
Why are we bringing that up at all? But of course, it's Chantal. Of course, she would go there.
Children time consuming. They stream for hours, freaking out.
Don't even talk about it, because you have no idea what it is to raise children. And the majority of the coverage I do is at like 5 in the fucking morning, because I wake up really early. Okay? Not that I owe you any sort of explanation as to how I spend my day. But you got to stop making assumptions about people that way. And first of all, you've never been a parent, so you don't know what it is to be a parent, and you got to stop doing that.
Thumbnail. She struck a stream that wasn't even live yet. Oh my gosh, pause. And making fun of people for being fat. Like, what kind of example? They're just disgusting people. And don't you come for my kids. I'm not coming for your kids. I'm coming for you. You're a crappy person. And that's going to reflect on your parenting, apparently. I never.
Stop doing that. You have no idea. You have no idea what it is to be a parent. And quite frankly, the way that you treat your cats, it looks like you could not possibly be a parent. I don't even think you would get approved based on your health conditions to adopt at this point, because you obviously can't even take care of yourself.
At these people. And like, imagine what they did to that poor, like, that Belinda lady who was like so nice to them and raised money and everything. And then I find out that what's her face's baby daddy died of a meth overdose. So this person has crapped on me for being with a coke formerly being with somebody who was addicted to coke, and like really just shit on me the entire time I went through that era. Like, the nerve of you. So this person has crapped on me for being with a coke formerly being with somebody who was addicted to coke, and like really.
Okay, so I had to go back and like listen to that again, just to be like, for being with, and then correcting herself formally.
Just shit on me the entire time I went through that era. Like, the nerve of you. All of these people are such idiots. Yes, Josephus, she treats her chat like crap. There was one woman who was like, my husband just passed away. She's like, don't trauma dump. What? Like, how do people support her? She's so nasty. Yaba's whole channel. Yaba's fiance is copyright striking channels for using her photo. Yaba's whole channel is zero content. I know, Gail. Make it make sense. Like...
So I just got done skipping around. There was quite literally, and there was a few things here and there that I'll edit together, but, you know, overall, eh. But with that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Well, thank you again, Unicorn Pondu, for capturing the content. And like I said, I actually showed your video to my boyfriend last night, and he also finds you hilarious. We both really enjoy your commentary, okay?